Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Fire Maneuver and this Boshin War DLC. We are on the way. Last time around we ended off, I believe, if I remember correctly, with taking this castle. Now, we sustained quite the attack at Tobo Fushima. Battle 675 at this point. But what I had in mind now is that we're going to try and corner these two army groups and destroy them. So, what I'm going to do is really... Well, what I had in mind was that we'll bring this one into attack, but we'll block off their exit by moving second army group through this sliver of ground, blocking them here, and then these guys will have to be pushed down here, in which case third army group and hopefully second army group following them after, and then we'll corner these two down here and crush them. That's the idea anyways, and we'll see how that goes. This might change a lot as I move up here. They go ahead and attack us. Battle of Izay. They are moving on the attack. We'll go ahead and... Wait, who am I actually attacking me? Because it looks like Gifu guards, the guys here, are actually the reinforcement one. So it's these two that are moving into the attack. Which means that I will be able to break these two forces down, and then I could bring 5th Army Group in directly afterwards and destroy them that way, or like severely cut them down and hopefully destroy them. Anyways, we got the Battle of Izay. Pretty important battle because it's the Sachuro army, which is my most veteran army, so that would be a very big blow if I lost that one. As a lot of experience and also a lot of resources have gone in to upgrade these troops. With that said though, let's go into battle and fight the Battle of Izay. Here's the battlefield right in front of us. It's similar to ones we have fought before, but it's slightly different. What I had in mind here, as we have quite the sizable force bearing down on us of these troops. However, as I said, at this point there's mostly traditional troops. What I had in mind is we've got a hill here, which would be great for my cannons. And then my troops marching in column and marching along the road, so holding territory here would be really great as well. And then additionally, maybe if I can get one unit up to this side, or maybe someone over here to completely control this side, and then the cannon on top, just to absolutely blow anything to pieces up there. We're gonna start by moving the infantry. So the infantry is almost in position there. Oh. I was meant to move both of them. Since I have so many movement orders, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal of moving them one by one, but it's better this way. Right, so we're moving forward. The enemy has already... I thought they deployed some into line. What they've done is, looks like... There's a few columns, but there are also these... which I believe is like the sort of bayonet charge columns, the kind of columns of attack that the French used during the Napoleonic Wars. Similar to that, I think. Right. Traditional cavalry, very deadly, lots of companies. However, this one has lost half of them, and moving up against our fellas, they would be crushed. Since I've got Spencer rifle for basically everyone. Okay, so this guy can actually ignore terrain features. At this point, we're so close to each other that it has become rather dangerous to stay in column formation. However, we can move and form at the same time. I would want to move into this, but I feel like I get too close to the enemy. Do we have the possibility of firing? No, we do not. No one does. But we'll go into fire at will mode, and we'll see if anyone wants to move up into our range of fire here. We are very close to each other. That cavalry unit is gonna get absolutely smashed to pieces moving into that position once we move into the fire at will. Wait, can they fire? Do they, traditional cavalry, do they fire like bows? Or do they fire, do they have pistols? What do they have? Because that's going to be pretty interesting. It would be pretty cool to see them actually firing bows, and you would see arrows come flying at us. And it would be an interesting mechanic, like you could use bows then to fire above hills, the same way you can kind of do with howitzers. Or like above, you know, over wooded areas, you could fire further into the wood. Maybe not super effective, but you would be able to do it. Right, let's go ahead and fast forward here. And boom! 3 regiments completely obliterate that one. They're moving into these skirmish formations all around. Currently, there's no one moving forward here, but I guess we'll stay. You will stay. Fire at will, and I'm gonna have you move this way with the fire at will. Wait, which one is this? This is you out here, and I want you to go into fire at will. Or I have already chosen that last turn, I guess. Let's go ahead and end turn. So they fired us. I mean, it's great to move into these formations. The thing is, they just moved one forward. If they had moved everyone forward, they would be able to take less damage, or I would have to focus my fire, while they could still be able to do a lot of damage. Oh, now I'm worried. Now I'm very worried. We have a fully traditional unit right in front of me. And now multiple units are coming up behind as well. Alright, first thing first then. Really important to fire. Oh, it's the weaker unit as well. That's not great. You move up the hill. You can fire from there. And then it looks like they're all turning this way. At this point, I feel like this guy is charged, and I would fire into friendly. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put you at fire at will. But then we'll have these two move forward at an angle. Actually, you can't fire at an angle, so I'm gonna change that order. I need to I actually did that wrong, because I removed the fire orders of this guy. No, I didn't. And then the cannons. There's a lot of targets here, but I feel like I don't know if these two will be enough. I guess we'll fire here. We'll see. Right, now it's going to be really important to see what goes down here. Oh, they fired at us! They fired with, like, I guess some kind of old-timey muskets? That was quite interesting. Side shots. Since he moved forward like that, I only had to fire once, which was great. Or with one unit. Let's go back. Still worried about these though. Right, because I'm worried that these can cut through and go for my cannons, I will... Why can't I order you around? Is it because the cavalry is close? Oh, okay. I can order you around. What I want to do is, if they stand like this and these guys move beforehand, they might not be able to fire, so I'm gonna move them like that. They'll be able to keep the fire going. I'm worried here as well that they will flank charge us here, so I will move this. And then he will fire on that unit. And then to keep the enemy away, we will move you up. And I feel like, you know what, we'll bring you back actually. Because we will move straight up and fire twice. You will turn, fire twice. You will stand straight, fired well, and then the cannons will bring in the damage. Okay, so this is really important. If my Armstrong guns fall, that will be very bad, because we're very much outnumbered, even though I've taken down 23% of their force. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So we will turn. Oh, and they charge. We fire them in the back and they get destroyed. However, look at that. 2 companies lost. Not great. We managed to kill off those though. Now we're in soft cover over here. The enemy is moving forward here. Right. I guess what I ordered them to change direction, and I think that helped them. Or saved them a little bit. But I'm not entirely sure how much it saved them. Okay, so these guys coming forward here. I feel like, since we only have one here and he's already quite damaged, I feel like we should turn you like that. And we can now focus in damage on this guy here. And then since I have the cannon up here, the cannon plus the regiment will be enough to deal damage here. I have no intention of having these units die, so I'm going to move them back. Go to fired will. You will turn this way and fired will. And with that, we'll go ahead and start. So we turn just in time for them to fire at us. We fire back twice. He fire and they are destroyed. They move up the next group just in time to get fired at. Are they moving one further here? No. We're firing forward plus the artillery and they're completely broken. It's just so much fire. Now they're up on the hill there. Lucky I moved these guys out of range, hopefully. Because I feel like that big regiment there, now when they're up on the hill, the increased range will do quite a bit of damage on us. They have 2 units here on the hills, which is not great. But looking at it right now, we've only lost 2 companies. They have lost tons. They're down to 39%. The cannons no longer have targets. Now I could turn them and hope to try to hit these guys over here, but I feel like we have a stronger chance of hitting these guys, and also we're kind of weaker over here. And I feel like they can still hit us, this unit. So I want to move them further. Wait, can he actually fire? Because I kind of see, it kind of looks like he can't. Oh no, he can. I was a little bit worried about that. Well, you can cover this area. Now you are in position to get fired by 2 units there, which is not great, but that's how it is. We end turn. Side hit all the way from over here. A great shot by the enemy, to be sure, but can they follow up? We're firing a lot up here and disperse them. Great. And the rest of the troops are not even moving forward. They're down to 30%. And now with the cannon's turn. Oh, it's just so they can't actually fire, right? Or is it because you're... Yeah, no, it can't be because you're in the way. If they move forward, we'll fire on them. The thing is, if I move out here, I'm risking getting shot by these guys as well. So that's a problem. If we go to the second day, that isn't a huge deal, I don't think. What we're going to do is we're going to pack troops in this area. So when I decide to move on this area, we'll have plenty of troops. Now I'm hoping these guys actually move to this tile, in which case my cannons will be able to fire upon them. But if they don't, then so be it. Still get nasty side hits over there. Oh, they do move forward, but it's a wrong unit. Will the cannon still fire? Because I ordered on the first, them to fire on the first. Doesn't matter though, next turn I will be able to deliver one hell of a pounding to this unit, and I think that will be enough for me to win the battle, right? We're gonna do double, and then double. Question here if I should risk it, because as we move forward here, there's quite the risk. Question is if there's no merit to moving this guy forward. Actually, he'll stay back. Which unit is? Oh, it's that guy. He hasn't fired. This should be enough to win the battle. Great shots. Another shot with the artillery should disperse the unit, which is great. And then we move forward out of cover. Now we're moving forward 2 regiments to be firing twice. And that should hopefully unnerve the regiment sitting here on the backside, kind of on the slope, the hill. Firing twice, it doesn't do enough. But we're at 23%, and that's victory. A grand victory. We take 1,000 casualties roughly and recover 400, and they take 1,200. 12,000 I should say. 12,000 out of 30,000 men, whereof which 7,000 or 8,000 recover. So it's only about 4,000 proper dead on their side. Oh! That was enough! That was enough to wipe out their army groups. I thought that I was going to have probably a lengthy battle of trying to figure out how to attack them. No, they're gone. It's over for them. We wiped out those army groups. It was a do-or-die battle for those bastards, and they died. There's quite a sizable force. The third group here. 2 cavalry, 6 infantry, 2 cannons for this Gifu guard. Damn. We're gonna move these forward now. I'm not gonna bother trying to build that thing up any further. These 2 army groups still a bit away. I've got plenty of points. I'm gonna request extra funds, and I'm just gonna go through all the army groups, just make sure that we have everything set up, and then hopefully we'll be able to move forward here and do some damage, maybe even take the first area. With this, now I've destroyed 3 army groups of the Shogunate. They're quickly losing army groups as we are moving forward at quite the nice speed. I'm thinking now, since we're on a roll, why don't we continue in fighting the enemy? So I'm thinking that the Chosu Domain, not Chosu Domain, the 4th army group, the 4th, no, come on, which, Saga Domain. Saga Domain has 12-pounder Armstrong gun. They have 3 units. They're not fully set up in the way that I want. What is this? Shock train. Charge. I don't really care about charge, but go off. Would rather have this than charge, actually. Unequipped. Can I? No, I can't afford it. Right, but I'll go ahead and unequip these. I can't. But I'd rather have other trains. I feel like this one, I'll be able to do quite a bit of damage on the first day, and then bringing up the second group on the second day. Why am I constantly... Saga Domain is the one. So Saga Domain will attack, and then we'll bring up the first army group up right after them. It doesn't even put me at a great disadvantage, as I'm only attacking... I can't bring up second army group though. Or the 4th? Or which one was I bringing up? It looks like both are attacking though. So it looks like I'm getting both at the same time, which is great. I thought maybe I only could attack with one. That is great, because if I can push these back as well, then they're on the run. The Shogunates will be on the run. So, with that said, let's go ahead and fight this battle. They rout. They rout. They do not stand against army group, the 4th army group. They feel the power of the... am I getting... Yeah, I'm getting supplies up there. You will follow. Great. And they're suffering attrition up here. They're right next to their position right here, which I don't get. Now I could go ahead and pursue these guys, but I think we'd rather surround Army Group 3 and destroy that. And also keep on the heel of Army Group 8th. 7th Army Group is only 2 infantry and cannon. Is that the one that has the Gatling gun? Yeah, it is the Gatling gun though. Also, I realized that earlier on, when I was surprised because they moved, the enemy, I allowed them to move in here, and then they were able to attack Toba Fushima. I'm sure they are going for the same mobile warfare doctrine as me, and that they've already got the flanking maneuver ability, or they've already researched this, which increased the maximum movement range to 2. And I believe that is necessary then to move 2 tiles. So they've got that. They're probably then working on this rapid deployment, which means they can deploy troops quicker. But it's only 1 turn, which isn't that great, but it's still something. And And they keep going through these. So yeah. Regain 4 movement points after winning a battle. 4 points. I don't know how much you need to move. Yeah, movement points. I don't know how that movement point works. Like, how many points do I need to move forward into another province and so on. Seemingly, we've only been able to move through one each time. Anyways, let's go ahead and end turn. And if they continue to run, we will push them until we find the strong points, which is this, and then we'll have to fight them there. Officials assassinated. General, we have received troubling news. I believe we have read this one before. Raid security will increase army maintenance, and the gain of manpower will be reduced. However, we have 16,000 manpower, so that isn't a problem. Plus, I've gained around 4,000 koku, or whatever currency we're using, each turn, so that is no problem either. We're gonna beef up security though. So they build a cache up here. I question if I should push forward, because I don't know, I'm guessing they have a stationary army here as well. I could probably just leave one army here, and we could keep pushing with these. Why can't I move into this? I can move into this though. I can move on the attack. So we got 6 infantry, 2 cavalry, 2 cannons. But I feel like we've already done quite a lot for this episode. So I'm guessing I'll just end it here. We'll move these troops forward. The next video I will take the Sachudo army and attack these guys head on. And then why can't I move into this? I'm not sure why. It's 7 movement points. It does say how many movement points I need to move into the different areas. It could have been just because it's 7, so they must have had quite a bit of movement points. My guys have 10. If we increase it to 12, that still wouldn't have counted, because you need kind of 13 to move forward. You would need 7 here, and then for the attack you would need another 6, so that would be 13. I don't know. Right, but we have I have some planning to do. We have money so I can spend on a bit of troops and so on. But next video will be continuing the attacks and pushing these guys forward. And I think once we're through these 2 bottlenecks, and as the troops from the rear are materializing on the front line, we will just keep sweeping the shogunate forces and push them back all the way to the end. And so with that, I will be saying what I always say at the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.